The conference room at Vertex Innovations hummed with the low buzz of fluorescent lights and murmured conversations. Elena Voss stood at the podium, her fingers tracing the edge of her tablet as she wrapped up her presentation. For 12 years, she'd been the silent force behind Vertex's success, the software architect who wove intricate code into the backbone of their global network. Her algorithms powered everything from secure data vaults for Fortune 500 clients to AI-driven analytics that predicted market shifts with eerie accuracy. But Elena wasn't one for spotlights. She preferred the glow of her dual monitors at 3 a.m. Debugging lines that no one else could untangle. That's when Marcus Hall strode in. Late as usual, his designer suit screaming entitlement. Son of the founder, Victor Halle, Marcus had parachuted into the coup role 6 months ago, armed with an MBA and 0 lines of code under his belt. He'd spent his time optimizing by firing veterans and hiring his frat buddies, all while eyeing Elena's domain like a kid coveting the last cookie. "Elena," Marcus drawled, interrupting her mid-sentence. "Wrap this up. We've got bigger fish to fry." The room fell silent, 150 employees shifting uncomfortably in their ergonomic chairs. Elena's jaw tightened, but she nodded, stepping aside. She'd seen this coming. Marcus had been probing her systems lately, demanding backdoor access for oversight. She'd refused, citing security protocols she'd designed herself. "Some things aren't meant for amateurs," she'd told him once, her voice steady as steel. Now ain't meant for us. Marcus took the stage, flashing a grin that didn't reach his eyes. "Ladies and gentlemen, Vertex is evolving. And evolution means shedding dead weight." His gaze locked on Elena. "Elena Voss, your position is terminated. Effective immediately. Security will escort you out." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Elena felt the air thicken, but she didn't flinch. 12 years of midnight oil, of skipping family dinners, of coding through her mother's chemotherapy sessions, it all flashed before her. She'd built Vertex's core platform, codenamed Aegis, from scratch in a dingy startup loft. Back then, Victor Hall had been a visionary, not an absentee mogul lounging on yachts. He'd promised her equity, but lawyers had whittled it down to a pittance. Still, Aegis was hers in spirit, a labyrinth of encrypted modules that only she fully understood. As 2 guards flanked her, Elena gathered her things with deliberate calm. Marcus watched, smirking, his fingers tapping a rhythm on the podium. "Don't forget to leave your access fob," he added, savoring the jab. The room watched her exit, some whispering sympathies, others averting eyes. The elevator dinged, and she was gone, stepping into the crisp autumn air outside the gleaming skyscraper. But the real show started 30 minutes later. In the control room. Buried 3 floors underground, alarms blared. Tech lead Jamal stared at his screen, sweat beading on his brow. "What the hell?" "Aegis is throwing errors, authentication failures across the board." Red alerts bloomed like bloodstains on the monitoring wall. Client transactions halted midstream. Data queries returned nulls. The AI analytics sputtered into silence. Upstairs, Marcus paced the conference room, now a war zone of ringing phones and frantic executives. "Restart it. It's just a glitch," he barked at Jamal via video link. "Sir, it's not that simple," Jamal replied, his voice cracking. "The core protocols are rejecting us. It's like the system doesn't recognize any admins anymore." Marcus's face paled. Vertex handled billions in daily trades for banks and governments. An outage like this? Catastrophic. Stock tickers on wall screens plummeted 5%, 10%, 15% in minutes. Clients flooded the lines. "Our secure vaults are locked. We're exposed." Elena, meanwhile, sipped coffee in a nearby cafe, her laptop open. She'd anticipated this. Aegis wasn't just code. It was a living entity, laced with failsafes she'd embedded years ago. One in particular, a Sentinel module that monitored for her biometric signature. Without her Aegis would initiate a lockdown, scrambling admin keys and rerouting critical functions to a hidden partition only she could access. Her phone buzzed. Victor Hale's number. She let it ring twice before answering. Elena? What have you done? Victor's voice, usually booming, trembled. He was calling from his Mediterranean villa, no doubt watching his empire crumble via app. Me? I was fired, remember? Elena said coolly. Your son handled that masterfully. This isn't funny. We're losing millions. Fix it. Name your price reinstatement, bonus, whatever. Elena leaned back, watching the Vertex tower through the window. Sirens wailed faintly, probably emergency IT crews rushing in. Price? How about the truth, Victor? You promised me ownership of Aegis back in the Loft days. But you buried it in fine print. A pause. That was business. Come back and we'll renegotiate. Too late. She hung up, her heart pounding with a mix of adrenaline and glee. Revenge wasn't about destruction. It was about revelation. Let them see how fragile their throne was without the hands that built it. Back at Vertex, chaos reigned. Marcus slammed his fist on a desk, cracking the glass. Override it. Use the backups. Jamal shook his head. The backups are synths to the core. Without the primary key, Elena's key, they're worthless. It's designed that way for security. Marcus whirled on him. Designed by her. That witch sabotaged us. No, Jamal said quietly, glancing at colleagues who'd begun murmuring. She protected us. From idiots like you. The mutiny started small. A junior dev stood, packing her bag. If Elena's out, so am I. Others followed, dozens rising, laptops in hand. They'd seen the code reviews, knew Elena's genius. Marcus yelled threats, but it was futile. The room emptied, leaving him alone with flickering error messages. Primary sentinel absent. Lockdown engaged. Victor's jet landed 2 hours later. He stormed into the building, face thunderous. Marcus, you fool! He roared in the empty conference room. You fired the one person holding this together? It was her or me, Marcus spat. She wouldn't give me access. Acted like she owned the place. Victor laughed bitterly. She does. Or did you forget the original contracts? Aegis's IP is tied to her contributions. We licensed it, but she holds the master rights. Marcus blanched. What? Yes, son. In your rush to play king, you triggered her exit clause. She's free to pull the plug. Elena's phone rang again, Victor, pleading. This time, she answered with a smile. I've got a better offer. Myself. She'd already emailed her network. Venture capitalists, rival firms, all salivating over her skills. But first, Vengeance's sweet coda. From her laptop, she initiated a remote ping to Aegis, not to fix it, to extract her proprietary modules. The system responded instantly, like a loyal dog to its master. Code streamed to her cloud, leaving Vertex with a hollow shell. Alarms escalated at headquarters. Core modules vanishing. Jamal shouted, though half the team had already left. Victor watched helplessly as client after client announced terminations. Billions evaporated. Elena stepped out of the cafe, the sun dipping low. Her heels echoed on the sidewalk, each click a nail in Marcus's coffin. She imagined him now, scrambling, begging coders to stay. But they knew. Vertex without Aegis was nothing. And Aegis without Elena? A corpse. A black car pulled up her ride to the airport, courtesy of a Silicon Valley giant offering 7 figures to build anew. As she slid in, her phone buzzed one last time. Marcus's number. She blocked it, laughing softly. The tower loomed in the rear view, lights flickering erratically. Inside, Victor confronted his son. You've ruined us. Marcus slumped. She can't get away with this. Oh, she already has. Victor turned away, dialing lawyers. But deep down he knew. Elena had coded her escape long ago. Miles away, Elena boarded her flight, the weight of years lifting. She'd build again smarter, fiercer, with partners who valued the architect, not the facade. Vertex would crumble. A cautionary tale in boardrooms worldwide. Never fire the one who holds the code. As the plane ascended, Elena closed her eyes, replaying the day's symphony of downfall. Entertaining? Absolutely. Revengeful? Deliciously so. The architect's exit wasn't just a departure. It was a masterpiece of retribution, line by vengeful line.